see, I've been carrying a burden inside of my chest now for almost a whole year. And with the New Moon movie coming out soon in theaters, the second episode in the Twilight saga, with that movie coming out, I feel it's the appropriate time to finally let it go, okay? This movie, Twilight, is one of the most overrated, if not the most overrated movie of last year. And when I say it's overrated, I mean it's overrated like there is no fucking tomorrow. What is the big deal with this movie? Is it that Robert Pattinson is the cute-ass boy, or is it that Kristen Stewart looks like she's on drugs? Edward, you can't just say stuff like that to me. Ever. And then she takes a joint. You gotta agree with me, she kind of looks like she's on drugs. And the story is, it is a basic love story. But instead of a normal dude, they throw in a vampire for a little extra oomph and a little extra spice to the story. So I guess the real point of the whole thing is the forbidden love and the conflict and problems that evolve from that love. If that's it, then the movie's portrayal of that problem is horrible, because there was nothing of that. The only thing I felt was a tiny little inch of a problem were the evil vampires, and that Bella is falling in love with this vampire, and that's weird. But she's like, well, I'm in love with a vampire. That's weird. What we're gonna do now? You see, it's stupid. It doesn't work. So I don't get it. It's a simple love story, but it's a vampire in it. And it fucking pisses me off so much to see this movie winning awards for Best Movie and Best Female and Male Performance over movies like The Dark Knight. I mean, give me one good reason why this fucking movie should get awards over The Dark Knight. Don't even bother. You can't. There isn't any point in that movie, anything in it is better than The Dark Knight. Nothing's better. The Dark Knight had a message, a whole other message. The Joker spreads anarchy, and it's got like a political situation, and there's problems inside themselves, and like Batman has to solve his own personal problems with the Joker and Harvey Dent, and there are conflicts and problems all over the place. The story is really intriguing and immersive and indulgent, and on top of all that, you got some of the best acting we've seen in a long time. I'm talking about the Heath Ledger's Joker. And the acting in Twilight is boring. Kristen Stewart is an okay actor. She is. But as Bella, I don't like it. She looks like she's on weed. I mean, honestly. And Edward is like he walked face flat into a wall, and all the emotions anyone could ever carry were like blown away, and he turns into a wooden plank. And so basically it's a wooden plank falling in love with a marijuana plant. No, but seriously, Edward is a bore to watch. He has no personality or character. He's boring and stale. But you are my life now. It's a fluorescence. And now you're mad at Phil. I mean, it's boring. But now you're all gonna say, well, he's a vampire. Of course it's gonna be that way. Yeah, to a certain point. But even if he's a vampire, he needs more personality and character than what he's got to really intrigue the audience, because Edward is a bore to watch, and it's as simple as that. And I like vampire movies, don't get me wrong, I love them. 30 Days a Night is a good one, and Van Helsing is one of my favorite movies, but it got pretty harsh reviews. But you're in Transylvania, you have werewolves, you have Dr. Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monsters, you have Dracula, like all really old movies, like Nosferatu and all that. And these movies, the vampires, they actually look like vampires. I mean, in Twilight, they don't even fucking look like vampires. They don't even have fangs. A vampire without fangs is like a dude without a cock. The fangs are what is the appearance of the vampire, that the direct appearance that defines them for what they are, a vampire. But in Twilight, I walked in the first time, and my sister was watching, and I'm like, who's this dude? And she's like, that's Edward. He's so sexy. He's a vampire. And I'm like, okay, but he doesn't have fangs or anything. No, they don't have fangs. What? And the movie itself is so slow, and it's 2 hours long. The story is very slim, to be honest, and there's no substance to it. You know, I can break it down to you in just a couple of seconds. Bella goes to Forks, she meets Edward, they fall in love, Jacob gets pissed off, they go and play baseball, and the mean vampires come along, and one of them gets Bella sent, and he wants to hunt her down, and that's it. We're kind of wishing that it's gonna end. Now, with all that said, I gotta agree with you that New Moon looks good. It looks like it can turn out a lot better than Twilight, because it looks a lot darker, and now the werewolves come into the picture, and there's even a possible another level for conflict and problems. He's ready to die for Bella, and he leaves Bella because he loves her so much, and now we're really getting into it, so this can turn out good. And in my opinion, I think that Twilight is probably just like a ramp up to New Moon. So I don't get it. You're probably saying, dude, chill out, it's just a movie. Yeah, it is a movie, but it's also affecting my personal life, because everywhere I go, people are talking about Twilight. My sister, when she comes home from school, Twilight, 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 until she goes to bed. I got a couple of chicks at school, and they're like, Edward, 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 until they go to bed. It pisses me off, and it gets really annoying, and I just wonder, what is the big deal? Is it that he's so sexy that makes the movie great? I gotta be fair with you girls. Guys, when Megan Fox is in a movie, we go and see it, right? But we don't necessarily say that the movie is better just because Megan Fox is in it. We can say that, yeah, the movie was pretty lame, but Megan Fox was hot as hell. These chicks, they're like, Edward is the sexiest man alive, and that makes Twilight the best movie ever made. That's not how it works. Of course it makes it more enjoyable to watch, but that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? If you like Twilight, and that's fine. That's fine. I just don't understand what's so fucking good about it, and what's better with Twilight than The Dark Knight. That's what pisses me off the most, man. With all this said, New Moon looks better. It looks like it has better special effects. And don't get me started on the special effects in Twilight. I mean, when Edward is running around with Bella on his back through the forest, it looks like Bugs Bunny's high on weed. That's what it looks like. It looks stupid. New Moon looks better. But, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is that this movie, Twilight, it does what vampires do best. It sucks. So this has been a Day 92 presentation of my thoughts on life, where I pretty much talk to the camera about things that are going on outside, going on out there in the world. I will be back when I've seen New Moon. Until next time, enjoy the tune. Alright, Day 92 signing out.